of the way you closed the first half?
Very important. Very important. That gave us life going into halftime. That allowed us to understand going into halftime that if we do things this way, we got a chance to win this game. And I think that was important.
Jake was in here a little while ago breaking down seeds and NCAA tournament chances.
Glad he does it with you guys. You don't do it with me. We'll be breaking down Texas A&M on Thursday. That's we don't pay attention to all that stuff. You know, if you get wrapped up, and I just told our coaches in the locker room before the game, we're sitting there, and I don't know, this thing, head coaches stay in the locker room, I don't know why. I guess you go on the road and they just scream at you, so you don't want to listen to that stuff. So you sit in the locker room by yourself and you watch TV and you listen to all these people on TV, and they all got their opinions as to who should be in and who should be out. And I think it's the biggest farce I've ever seen in my life. It's bottom line is, if you win games in the Big 12, you're going to be in. If you don't win games in the Big 12, you're not going to be in. And as much as I love watching basketball, it hurts me to watch it this time of year because you've got all these experts, they got all the answers, and bottom line is you got to win the games on the schedule. If you do that and you're in the Big 12, everything else takes care of itself.
But you was talking about goals too. Is that indicative of the confidence that this team has right now?
From day one, I tell you guys what I tell them. I don't change my story to who I speak with. We don't practice to stay home in March. That's not what we do. Just because Mike Beasley and Bill Walker and Clint Stewart and Blake Young are not with us, that doesn't mean we go into this year and say, okay, we ain't good enough this year, so let's hope we're better next year. If I do that, I should be fired the next day. We're going to line up and give it everything we have, and if we do things the right way, we believe we can win every game on our schedule. That's the way we approach it.
This team's done everything you've asked it to do, too, in that regard?
I'm sorry?
This team's done everything you've asked it to do in that regard?
How else do we come back from 0-4 to where we're at right now? I told you guys, I'm not good. There's a new term going around called coach speak. I'm not good at that coach speak stuff. I speak, and I speak to you guys as if I was speaking to our team. I speak to my bosses as if I was speaking to you guys. And if I give you the wrong answer, then I'm sorry, but that's what I feel. This team won't come back from 0-4 to where we're at right now unless they've got a strong will. And we've got some kids in that locker room that have a strong will. Does that mean we're going to win 4 more in a row? I got no idea. But all I know is that that's why when the chips were down, I stayed with these kids because they fight for me and they believe in us. And it'd be an injustice if I, at any time, would have made them think that we're not quite good enough.
Is this team as far along as you would have hoped it would have been at the midway point of the Big 12 season?
I think we're playing pretty good basketball right now. You can't. I don't care how much coaching you do. You can be me or you can be Pat Riley. Your team's not going to understand what it takes to win in the Big 12 until it goes through it. It's just there's no way to shortcut that experience. It's not like an SAT test where you can take a class and read a book and prepare for it. You can't. You got to go deal with it. And we played pretty darn good going into Big 12 play. And we started league play and we played pretty darn good. We just didn't make shots. And against Oklahoma, we didn't make shots. It kind of ruined our confidence, and we let them go on that little run. That kind of is when they got away from us. That's what we've learned not to do that. I don't know how to answer that question in the sense that I'm happy with where we're at as a team right now. I don't sit down and envision us playing a certain way in January or in October. I try to figure out how to make us a little better every day. That's what I try to do. And right now, those kids continue to fight and try to get better. And as long as we're doing that, I'm usually pleased.